Crave only music.
Bambi batila, lesa takwaba. Bambi batila, lesa tatumfwa. Lelo na lishiba, bali inetalala.
Guys, this is your girl Angel. I'm back. Hey. So guys, this is your girl and I'm back at it again. So I came on today to do a video about my father, and I wanted to just kind of just say some good words, and also kind of just remind other people that might forget that their fathers are really important in their lives, and maybe they don't really see it that way. So my dad passed away, and he used to work for the army, and he was an amazing and loving dad to us, to me and my brother. So I wanted to say, they say that a woman dates a man based on the father, and I'm a strong believer that that is true. It might not be for other people, but for me it is true, because every time I date, I tend to look at those features that were in my father, and if I don't see them in a man, most times it's almost like a big turn off for me. So yeah, I just wanted to do a kind of in loving memory of my dad, because he instilled so much confidence in me, and that is why I have confidence to be able to speak as I speak, to take down the world with so much confidence, go through life with so much confidence. It's because of the father that I had in my life. Yes, he might have made a lot of mistakes in his life, but the only mistake that he never made was with me and my brother. He was always very good with us. He was always very compassionate, very understanding, a very humble man. I remember a time when we sat down and we asked our dad about like how his training was when he went for training for the army, and he was explaining to us, and he was demonstrating how they trained them and everything that happened. And if I'm being honest, my father was the first person that bought me flowers. My father was the first person that bought me chocolate. My father was the first person to gift me with a bracelet. And my father, he was the first person to do a lot of great first things that children out around the world would like their fathers to do. He was really an amazing man, and I just wanted to do an appreciation. So if you are out there and you have your father, and you don't really appreciate your father, try to connect with him. And if you don't really have a relationship, try to build a relationship, because honey, when your father is not here anymore, life is not so easy. People are not so loving like your father. People will not be so loving like your mother. So when your parents, both, not just dad, but dad and mom, are alive, please utilize the time that you have with them. Enjoy the time that you have with them, because life is just too short. Once upon a time, I was a child that had a father. My father gave me everything that I wanted, and everything that I asked for, definitely I had it. I would have called myself at that point a spoiled brat. A lot of people would call me a spoiled brat, but it's okay. I'm not so spoiled anymore. I'm able to live with people because of the things that he instilled in me. I had it all. And so you could have it all today, and tomorrow you might not have it. And so if you have your dad today, please enjoy the time that you have with him. Gift him with gifts. Sit down and have an actual conversation with him. Don't be fearful. That's your father. enjoy that time with him. It's different how, dads in the diaspora as opposed to dads in Zambia treat their kids. There's this kind of tenderness and this kind of, love that parents from the diaspora give to their children. And most times when people look at that, they would say, no, that is so western world. And honestly, it's not really western world, because those things that those parents do are very beneficial to the development of a child. The reason why so many people are fearful, the reason why some people even get pregnant, is because they go out there looking for validation in wrong people. They go out there looking for validation in a man. For example, a woman goes out looking for validation in a man. Why? Because they are not validated by their fathers in their homes. So I got that validation from my father. I got the love that I needed. I got the support. And even I remember there was a time when my father was dating this specific woman. That was the only woman he dated after my mom passed away. So he started dating this woman, and we were aware. He told us about her. So we knew that she was there. So my father would really communicate everything with us. So he spoke to me and my brother, and he sat us down. He was like, how would you feel if I got married? And we were just honest. We're like, no, Dad, we don't like the idea. And my father never really got married to that woman, but they still dated. It was like a serious relationship. Everybody knew about her, but he just didn't marry her. So you see, it's not that the children are spoiled, but then the opinion of the kids is also important. You know what I mean? It's really amazing. I also remember a time when my dad would have, he would cook dinner for us. He would say, no, sit down, today I'm gonna cook dinner, which I don't really see with a lot of male figures in Zambia. Like, not everyone, I'm not saying everybody, please disclaimer, I am not saying everybody, but some of the parents, the old school parents, maybe the new school type of parents do things a little bit differently. But like the old school, most of them, it's like, oh, this is meant for a woman. A man can't do this. A man can't do that. You know what I mean? But over here, it's flexible. It's 50-50, If it's, if a man changes a diaper, so will a woman. If a woman does something, so will a man. It's almost 50-50. Everything is balanced. If the father can stay home with the kids, so will the mother. Like, it's just a nice bond that I have learned to appreciate. And hopefully, a lot of parents out there can, adopt that. But it's really so hard to adopt something that you have not really grown up with. That's why it's very important to travel, because when you travel in different places, you get to learn new cultures, different people, different backgrounds. And when you learn that, you kind of really appreciate what you have. I appreciate that we have culture in Zambia. I appreciate that, when you go out there, you're not just irresponsible and whatever. Everybody knows that, okay, a lot of people that I have met from all my parts in traveling and being around the world have said that they love Zambians because of their hospitality. So Zambians, shout out to every Zambian that's been helpful to any different person foreign, and they have been, they have shown hospitality to them. So shout out to every Zambian who has shown hospitality to somebody that was not Zambian, somebody who was not their family, and they showed that hospitality. A lot of people, I'm not gonna lie, have said that a lot of Zambians have hospitality. We might have other things that we have not worked on as a country and as a people, but one thing that we have is hospitality, and we are able to welcome and help people, in a different way. So today's message is really just about, if you're a man and you're a young man and you're aspiring to be married, please be the best dad to your children. Be present. Don't be abusive. Don't use harsh words, because those harsh words have a very high impact on a child's life. I know for sure, like, I know somebody who went through a phase in their life where their father was very abusive, and that impacted a lot on their life, and it's not good to live like that. Be a good father, be present, love on your children. There's nothing wrong with showing the vulnerable side of you as a man. It's very beautiful and it's appreciated. Not to say that your authority will be undermined, no, but like, be present. I always say that, like, be present, live in the moment with your children. Don't just be that man who's you go home, in Bemba you would say bana mwanza namwipiko wadi namtashan. No, don't just be the man that's waiting for the food to be cooked at home. You don't be that person. You need to be there. Surprise your wife with some good wine. Massage your wife, for the love of God. Who says that just because you're an alpha man you cannot massage your wife? Who says you cannot be present? Who says you cannot go out of your way to show love and appreciation to your kids, to your wife, to just anybody? Be that man. For I saw that in my father, and I appreciate it more. And now I cannot just accept any man, because my father raised a standard for me on who I should date. And I'm just not gonna go out there and be like, okay, just because I'm a single woman or a man has come on, they're available. As long as they don't have those traits, that's just how it works. A woman 100-200% of the time marries a man that reminds her of her father. So if you're a man out there, today's message is really out to you, men. Be that man who is spontaneous. Yes, you can be the alpha. Yes, you can be the provider, but also do those lovely little things. Like, you don't really need to spend a lot of money to show that you love someone. You don't really need to do the most outrageous things. It's simple things like a picnic, simple things like going for a walk, simple things like let's go on a drive, simple things like random kisses where somebody is not expecting to be kissed and you kiss them. And honey, please make sure your mouth is clean. Brush your mouth. Make sure you don't have stinky breath when you're kissing that woman. It's disgusting. Go clean your mouth and kiss somebody. Don't just be rolling your tongue everywhere. Go on YouTube. They have every lesson and everything. Go learn how to kiss. Kiss properly. Don't just be kissing anyhow and be making the woman feel like whatever. No, that's not like some lollipop or some what do you call it, cone ice cream. You need to be able to do the thing right. You think women don't have feelings? They sure do have feelings, honey. They have emotions too. They do orgasm too. So if you're not doing the right thing, honey, don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. So be that man that's present and show love. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I appreciate what I saw in our home. I kid you not, from the time that I was born, well, anyway, as a child, to when my parents both were deceased, like before, like they both passed away, I had never seen my father lay his hand on my mother on my life. Never. Not even one single day. Or like arguments where, you know how in a home, this, that, I never heard that. So to me, when I date a man and all he knows to do is argue, honey, I run. If he's going left, I'm definitely going right, and he's never seeing me again. So don't be that man that's the opposite. Be the opposite. If your parents, if your father is not really the figure, the personality that you want to be, and you don't appreciate who he is as a man, like maybe he doesn't have good behaviors, change that for yourself. Be a different man. If he does not care for your mother, show care to your wife. Show care to your girlfriend. Show care to your spouse. Show care to the person that you're in a relationship with. Don't be selfish you know, I'm gonna talk about something a little bit sensitive, you know, whereby like if people are you're making out like you're having intercourse, and there's a guy and there's a woman, or whatever it is that you do. If you're a woman and a woman, whatever it is, however you do it, a man and a woman, and then, you know, it's going down, it's good, you know I'm talking about, you know, nobody here, I don't have children on my side, I have adults, so I'm expecting you understand what I'm talking about. And then the guy just, you know, before the woman can even, you know, orgasm or come or enjoy anything, the guy just, psh, I'm done. What the hell? Honey, no, don't do that. Don't be selfish. You know, just the way you want to feel good, the woman wants to feel good too. You need to be mindful of the other person's feelings. Don't just be there like, no, I'm just gonna do it. Honey, no, it's disgusting and it's selfish. You need to make sure that that person feels good. Touch the right places. You know she has a body. You think them boobs are just for decoration? Honey, touch on them. Make sure that she feels some goodness too. Don't just be there and, you know, why is it for football pitch? Why oh, it's a go. Oh, guys, don't do that. That's just ridiculous and boring. Don't be boring in your marriages, in your relationships. Make sure you do it right. You know, if you go there, you know, touch the right places. You know, make the person feel some type of way. You know what I mean? So that even when they are with you, they get excited. You know, man, you know, you need to do that. Not for myself. Hey, it's a go na chingira. No, it's ridiculous. It's boring. Because you're not giving them the satisfaction they need. How can you be a husband and you don't satisfy your wife? How can you be that person? Or even vice versa, you're a woman, to satisfy a man. For what? You know? So, you know, you get my point, guys. You get my rhythm. You get my vibe. So the point is for men to be present. Not for present today, more for present that, okay, because I just need to be there. No, don't just be there like an invisible man. Be there for the kids. Let them, you know, let them have a good memory of you, like I have a good memory of my father. All I think of are good thoughts. When I think of my father, I think of a hero. When I think of my father, I think of a man that worked hard, a man that was humble, a man that was there for his kids, a man that was there for his family, a good man. You know, everybody that remembers my father always says, your father was a really good man, which is a good thing to remember about somebody. Imagine you're a man, God forbid you died. What are they going to remember you for? What are your children going to remember you for? Are they going to remember you for being an abusive man? Are they going to remember you for being an alcoholic or a gamer or whatever it might be, good or bad? Which one do you want to be remembered for? Is it the good or the bad? Make sure you put in your very best to be the best version of a dad than your parents were. My father always used to tell me, I have a car. I have bought how many cars in my life? He said, my father owned a bicycle. So when I was in school, I told myself that because my father's achievement was a bicycle and that's the best that he could do, I will work hard and I will buy a car. But to God be the glory, I bought more than just one car. I think I bought 4, 5. I changed as many cars as I could. And so my father used to say that. So as my daughter, because I have never been outside the country, and I haven't done anything that's related to abroad, you should upgrade and do things differently. You need to upgrade. So if my level of, you know, achievement was cars, you need to upgrade to something else. And that's how I look at it. Like, be the man that upgrades in everything that he does, in your relationship with your wife, with your girlfriend, with your spouse. Upgrade every single time. Don't be the same, not very routine, you know. Do things a little bit different. Be spontaneous. Just be like, you know what, today we're gonna do a drive. Do those things. And that's how my father raised us up. Sometimes he would just wake up. There's this part in Zambia, it's called the Fringilla. I don't know if it's still there. Fringilla. We always used to go there for barbecues and like just to have fun. He would do that for us, you know what I mean? And I remember that good memory because it was so beautiful, you know what I mean? It was really, really, really nice. You know, those are little things that most men don't do. Cook for your kids. Wala nzati umwame ngai pikanisha ubwaume bwako bwapa nani? Nani wamyebere? Wamyebere ati ubwaume bulapwa nga wapika nani? Uyo wino mkanjebe nani wamyebere? Be nice. Be that good dad. Be that good person. So this message is really a reflection of what my father was, and just you know, an appreciation to him as a person, and may his soul rest in eternal peace. Just for you dads that are out there, and single dads, dads present and whatever, please be there for your partners. Be there for your kids. Let your kids remember you for something good. I'm approaching, like, I'm an adult now, and I still remember how good of a man my dad was. I'm confident because of my father. I can do things because of my father. I don't take everything and anything, because my father instilled those things in me, and I'm a better person because of him. So if I remember him even now at this age, imagine as a young child that is growing and your representation as a father is horrible. All they see is you arguing with your wife. You know what I mean? Be there for your children. Be there, guys. You men aspiring to be fathers, aspiring to be husbands, be there for your wives, be there for your kids. Not fetching poena, be there. You know, so this message is really just, you know, to remind you that even if you are alpha, alphas can also turn into a little kitty cat too. It's okay. Doesn't mean that your manship will go away. No, you're still a man, but you need to be able to be a little bit spontaneous. Don't be boring. Don't be predictable. You know, do things a little different. Pusana and coffee, not the same thing that they've been doing. So yeah, guys, I love my dad. I still love him now. Dad, I love you to death. You're still the person. Well, you're dead, but you're still the anchor to my little heart right here. And every time I think about you, I get emotional. But you are the best thing that ever happened to me, and I wouldn't choose any other father but you. So guys, I hope everybody has a good one. I just wanted to show you something. This is me and my daddy, and that's a picture of me and my father when I was a child. This is just a reminder that, you know, it's just a good reminder. I have that in my room, and it's just a good reminder that, you know, there are still good people out there, and there are still good men. Be a good man, be a good father, be a good representation of a man. Don't just be anything and anyone. Be good, be good. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.